The unsung story of a true Sikh. Sardar Surender Singh Suri. The turban of a Sikh has a meaning. The turban, the pug, the siropa, the dastar. The memento of chivalry, pride and respect. A Sikh's turban is his code of conduct, his rehat maryada, his identity. Sikhs have not just stood by and fought for their respect and rights, but for the entire mankind. This very urge of chivalry and dignity runs in every Sikh, no matter where he is born, brought up or lives. And whenever it is about the turban, a Sikh never gives up on proving its being, its worth. One such unheard tale is yet to be unveiled. The tale of Sardar Surender Singh Suri, a true-born Sikh who stood winning as Guru Gobind Singh Ji's son in a test of life. It was back in 1959 that Mr. Suri was in Glasgow for his bachelor's. It was the month of June and he was studying at the Michel Library, Glasgow, along with his friends Mr. Siddiqui and Mr. Mehra. The three tired friends decided to relax and go dancing. They dressed up in their dancing suits with red bow ties and reached the famous Plaza Dance Hall. As the three friends went towards the dance hall's door, the doorman stopped Mr. Suri and denied his entry into the dance hall. Shocked and averse, he asked the reason and the doorman firmly replied, "Because of the headgear you are wearing." Unaware of the term, he curiously asked him, "What do you mean?" The doorman explained it is the turban that he was talking about. It was to his shock. He had never even heard the term before. He crossly asked, "What do you mean I can't enter with this turban? Don't you know it's an essential part of me and my dress?" The doorman didn't pay much heed to that and Mr. Suri asserted again, "British know the importance of turban for the Sikhs. They have experienced its worth during their rule in India. The turban-born Sikh have fought for them even in the World War, and you are denying me entry because of this turban?" The doorman simply stated that it is the management who have instructed not to allow anyone enter the dance hall with a headgear. He further retaliated, "I want to speak to the manager about this." The manager was contacted but he was nowhere to be reached. The two friends also tried to intervene and convince, but all in vain. Sad, angry and restless, Mr. Suri and his friends returned home. He couldn't breathe a single breath easily until he thought of a way to fight the situation and do something about this. It was not just about him, but the entire Sikh fraternity in Scotland. He thought deeply and wrote a letter to the Queen of England explaining the incident in detail. He also sent a copy to the Indian High Commission. After a few days, he got the acknowledgement of the receipt of his letter from the Queen's office, Buckingham Palace. The Queen's office had took action and had communicated the case to the Scottish office too. Mr. Suri was satisfied with the Queen's action and was in despair with no response from the Indian High Commission in Scotland. The entire media got aware of the incident and many esteemed dailies covered the news. The Scottish Daily Express explicitly met him in his college to cover the entire story. He was happy to receive the positive feedback and praises for his courageous step by everyone around him, including his college principal Mr. Smith. He also wrote a letter to the Scottish Home Department, St. Andrew's House, Edinburgh, which was acknowledged by them. Further, the Scottish Home Department, with their letter dated 16th July 1959, informed that the matter has been referred to the Glasgow Corporation, who were the appropriate authority. After all this, soon the matter was referred to the court and the magistrate finally gave the decision in Mr. Suri's favour, stating that he and every Sikh would be allowed to enter the plaza and all other ballrooms in Glasgow without having to be asked to remove their turbans. The entire Indian and Sikh community was proud of him and his efforts. This decision won many accolades and was also published in the Manchester Guardian. Surender Singh Suri, a Sikhism guardian, has ever since taken pride in his religion and being and has followed the Guru Granth Sahib by all its virtues. This video is a tribute to his efforts which went unheard about 6 decades ago.